Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United people. So please keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. It is the Friday edition of the ManDem United podcast. So my brother from the West Coast is in the building. Eddie is here. Eddie, what are you telling me, man? You good?
Oh man, it's Derby weekend, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
early for your boy, but
Yes.
I'm locked in, so I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Might not be on camera, might have the crust in my eye a bit too much
Yeah.
camera, but yeah, we excited, man. How everything over there?
Yeah, man, all good. And like you said, Derby weekend, and it's tomorrow, and it's early for you, and it's an earlier one for us. Obviously, it kicks off the
Yeah,
Premier League weekend, being at 12:30, so just after midday as well. So that's what myself and Eddie will be discussing. It's good to have you back. I feel like we haven't done a Man United in a long time.
oh,
It's
it's
probably only
been a
been
minute, man.
yeah, it's
It's
probably been
been.
only been 2-3 weeks or something like that. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not even been that long, but like I said, people, please make sure keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. Don't forget the link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. And let's bump up the likes, people. Let's bump up the likes. We are on like watch every single live stream on the YouTube channel. So let's get to double figures. Let's get up to double figures, people, in regards to the like. So let's get there expeditiously. Big up to Daredevil who says big up Flawless and everyone else.
Going
Love
on
from the
there,
USA here. Big up Daredevil every time. Manchester Derby tomorrow. For the first time in a while, I'm confident going into a Manchester Derby. Time to fight. Yeah, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been this confident in the home leg. I mean, not the home leg, the home fixture, I should say. Daredevil says, I don't think Dalot is available for tomorrow's game, as Ten Hag said it in his press conference. So Wan-Bissaka to start. We will discuss that. Big up to Johnston, who says, big up, let's go United. He also says, Dalot injured, Martial undecided. Anyone in the chat as well know, is Weghorst actually available? Is he available? Has he been registered in time for this game? Big up Eddie as well, my fellow countryman. Different state though, but great to see you're doing well, says
you
Daredevil.
already know it, man. You
Yeah.
already know.
And Ad said, that's unfortunate. Weghorst also not registered, so he's not available tomorrow either. All right, well, he'll be
Hey,
available for the Palace game. It is what it is. But as you can see from the title, people, Manchester United, how do they set up in the Manchester Derby? So your thoughts going into the game, Eddie? Because obviously it's tomorrow. Obviously it's looking like Martial's undecided. Dalot's injured, so it will be Wan-Bissaka.
yeah.
No Weghorst. How would you like Manchester United to set up going into the Derby? Do you want to see us approach it very similar or pretty much the same as we did to Arsenal, where we gave them the ball and then hit them on the counter attack? Or would you prefer Manchester United to be more on the front foot, considering City haven't been in the best form and their defense is the weakest part of their team? What would you like to see?
Well, I need us to find a middle ground, right? I'm of the mindset that City thrives in two situations. When you're careless with the ball and when you allow them to have the ball for way too long. So you have to be combative, but you also have to be a bit more decisive when you have the ball. You can't just let them me personally, I think the thing that with Arsenal, the difference is Arsenal doesn't have a potent goal scorer.
Okay,
Right?
I get you.
They 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 need a lot of opportunities, excuse me,
Stop it.
for them to convert.
Mm.
And when I look at us, I think you have to play an Ericsson, right? But the issue with playing an Ericsson is the work rate when he doesn't have the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I enjoy Ericsson. For me, I think him and Casemiro, Lissandro, life changers at the club. But that still doesn't mean I can't understand what his limitations are. And in this point of his career, it's a sharp decline when he's fatigued, right? He gets to that point where he gets his running on E, and then you start seeing he can't even get his touch right, decision making, everything goes out the window. And understandable when you understand what his health situation has been these
Mm.
past couple of years.
Right.
But we need him. We need him because in that final third, or even in the middle of the pitch, we need that type of ball playing ability to make
Agreed.
City pay for their press.
Yeah.
Right? We just can't be chasing the ball all around. We're too used to that. And you've seen we can press well,
Yes.
you've seen we can defend well,
Yeah.
but no team, I don't care how good you are, can defend 90 minutes straight and
Facts.
think you're going to get a result that you want to get. It's just impossible because you haven't given the other team something to think about.
Yeah.
So we do need to set up a bit more defensive, but we also need to give certain players the ability and the opportunity to hurt City on the break. Because, I mean, look, people, it's 2023, I think, right? I'm going to get my dates right.
Yeah, it's 2023, fam.
These motherfuckers still starring Kyle Walker. I don't want to hear it. Kyle Walker was out here playing running back for Tottenham 10 years ago. I'm not impressed. But, Pep's one of the managers, like we see with our manager. You give a try-hard a direct role. Tell him what he has to do, when he has to do it. You make that try-hard look real good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be the thing for Ten Hag. He has to find that medium. We have to get our try-hards on A1, and then we have to let our ball players do what they do in the spaces they're comfortable doing it. So that's where I'm at.
I hear the points because, like you said, that the what you started with and stating about Manchester City and the things you don't want to do is give them the ball for long periods of time, and also you don't want to be careless. And it is a fine balance because me and you've been in the comments when we've been discussing this as well in regards to Eriksen or Fred. And I said this, I understand people wanting Fred to play. I have no issue with Fred starting. My problem is what I was saying to people was Fred over Eriksen. That should not be the case. Yeah. As much as we should be concerned about them, which we should pay them respects, we also have to make them worried about us. They do not want Eriksen on the pitch. If you talk to Manchester City fans, if you talk not even just Manchester City fans, talk to any fan of a club we are playing and ask them who they want to see in the midfield. Do they want to see Eriksen or do they want to see Fred? They're going to 99 times out of 100, they're going to tell you Eriksen. Obviously, you got people who always want to try and be edgy and always try and be different. That tells you all you need to know. Very similar to the Ollie in versus Ollie out debate. I've still yet to find a rival fan who was Ollie out. Why is that? There's a reason for that. Same with Cristiano Ronaldo. When you talk to rival fans, all right, do you want Ronaldo in Manchester United starting lineup? Yes. I'll even go one further. And Ryan still not answered the question, and he thinks I forgot. But when we do Doing the Most on Monday, or whether it's Shameless FC on Sunday, I'm gonna ask him again because people he likes to duck questions. Like I'm not just gonna repeat the question until you answer it, because he's been running around saying, "Oh, City are worse with Haaland. City are worse with Haaland." Okay, so Manchester City are playing Liverpool in the Champions League final. Do you want Haaland in the starting lineup? Yes or no? He's like, I don't know. That tells you all you need to know. Because if he makes them worse, you want him in the lineup. But we all know Haaland doesn't make Manchester City worse. Let me ask you, Eddie, if you could do you want Haaland starting against us tomorrow? If you could take him out the side, would you? Is the question I'm asking.
Of course not. But you know what I will say, right?
My point.
To Haaland, I think it's stupid to say that. But it's in the realm where two things can be true. They don't play the way we're used to City playing when you have a Haaland in here, because guess what, people? He's an actual striker. Years upon years, City have played with no striker, meaning their football was so fluid. You never know where the attack was truly going to come from, but you knew, if anything, they'd create that back post opportunity for Sterling or Mahrez. One of them was. You knew it was coming, but you just never knew at what time. It'd just be like ping, 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 ping. Next thing you know, he's open at the back post. Now I don't gotta find a way to get that back post open. I can legit play to KDB. KDB can play one pass, and Android 19 can get on the end of it and put it away.
He is Android 19.
Simply plain. It's not the aesthetic pleasing. Like, we and I have this discussion all the time. We talk about the skill ones versus the pace and power.
Yeah.
Multiple ways to skin. I won't say with the usual name, but we'll say a feather, a chicken, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah. It's cool.
Ways to get to the end game here, people. Now, again, I'm one who was like, yo, it's not aesthetically pleasing to
It's
watch.
not. It's not
But
as it used to be. Yeah.
City is not in that realm anymore. They said, fuck the aesthetics. We were doing the aesthetics for like 5 to 6 years, no Champions League.
Yeah. That's true.
Holland, give me the goal. I don't care. Pep is done playing with y'all. Pep don't care about how his football looks no more. He's tired of the Fradiola jokes. He's tired of he lost to Chelsea, dog. He lost
That's
to
true.
Chelsea.
He lost to Chelsea. Havertz, Mount.
Havertz.
Werner. That was the attack.
Because he made it too complicated. He wanted to change this up. Nah, I don't got to change shit up. Y'all got to deal with me. Y'all got to deal with Holland.
Yeah.
And we of all people, no, they don't give a fuck how Holland gets done. Patrick, Hattie, in the derby, the first derby.
Yeah, we owed him for that. We do owe him for that, 100%.
It's the run where two things can be true. Yeah, they don't play good football. But who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I would say it's not. Yeah, I think you're right. It doesn't look as good as it used to, but I wouldn't say it's worse. It's just different. But people can't make the difference of it being different and it not being fluid and not like. But a lot of people are, as we know, aesthetic merchants. If a player looks good in a comp and throws in step overs and can drop the shoulder and all these things, people go hype him up. Dembele is a prime example who someone we've debated on this channel. And then I've looked at his stats and then seen he has 12 league goals in 4 years. They're Timo Werner numbers. We crucified Timo Werner for those numbers.
We talk about
the one at Barcelona, that Dembele. And I actually think he's a good player. But the issue I have with players like that and when people are just aesthetics is your talent eventually has to produce productivity. That's what it is. You can't just be talented for years. I know he's a good footballer. He's a sound footballer. His touch is good. He's both-footed, left foot, right foot, can dribble, step overs, drop the shoulder, all of these things. He can spin in behind. He can come short and then spin in behind. That's all well and good. But eventually you have to produce. You have to get on the pitch first and foremost. And then you have to produce. And I've said it about João Felix. I've said it about Jadon Sancho. And the list goes on. But go on, fam.
No, it's the thing, right? Then now, there are those players where the end result, a la an assist or a goal, don't necessarily encompass what they do for the team and how important they are to the team, of course. But there still is, again, there's always a medium. Like, brother, you can make the right pass, but you just making right passes out here. Like it's a results business.
Yeah.
And so if you're in front of goal, not contributing, right? We know you have the ability to do it because you do it in the hardest parts of the pitch, right? Mm-hmm. Then it becomes to the space where I'm with you, like, yeah, who cares about the skillfulness, the aesthetically pleasing shit? It's about application. It's about end result, right? Yeah. Again, the thing that Rashford is doing so well right now is getting goals and maintaining a level of energy that actually leads to production in other departments, not just goals. So whether that's winning the ball back, whether that's bringing in defenders, that way you play a pass to an Anthony for a goal on the back post, them types of things, right? But that's only created through his engagement throughout the entire game, being aware of what's going on through the entire game. Now, we get this brother Bruno, right? Bruno just kicks the ball. Who knows what the hell he's thinking when he even kicks it? He'll get a goal, he'll get an assist, and people will sweep that under the rug. Not here, but in general. And I think that's the issue that people have when they break down certain football players. Like, yeah, he's finishing, but what before the finish, what is he giving you? Yeah, he's not finishing, but before the finish, the not finishing, what is he giving you? If it's not enough to overcompensate for the not finishing, it's no help to us. If it is, like, we'll take that. It's a hard one, but when it comes to this Derby shit, bro, we just need dog. That's it. It's not
have that dog in us.
You gotta have a dog in you, bro. 6'3"?
Yeah.
6'3"?
6'3". Yeah, it was
Nah,
bad.
nah,
It
fam.
was
You
6'1"
can't.
at one time as well. It was
6'1" at
6'1".
one time.
Yeah,
You
we managed.
can't let that shit ride like that. So
Mhm.
shout out to Pooh Shiesty to get it back in blood, dog. Like, fuck, I don't care. I don't care if you ain't skilled. Shit. If next thing I know, well, I almost went crazy and said the lane gets on the pitch. We don't need that. We
No, we
need
don't need
dog
long
with
on the
some
pitch.
talent, But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for the Bruno brother, I have to play him in this game. You know why?
Go on.
Because off the right, he's the type of profile we need. I love Anthony. I hate the slander of Anthony. But right now in his career, he's so goddamn left-footed. I don't even think he knows he has a right. I think the brother just thinks he's hopping down the field. He's not even running with 2 feet. So Bruno gives us the dynamic of taking it down the touchline if he can, playing it to the left, either foot. I mean, it's just the option to use it. Like when I watch Anthony, I'm telling you, I never see him use his right foot for anything productive. And when you're playing a Manchester City, you can't have players who are so damn one-dimensional. That's why McTominay was a fucking problem. Because when he got the ball in the midfield, he didn't even control it enough to give us a chance. We gave him his props because, again, when we talk about, he was practically playing center back in midfield, if I'm just being honest. When he played, it was center back. It was a center back in midfield. And now the issue that he's having is people have seen what Casemiro was doing in his position. So now you really get an idea of what you want your defensive-minded midfielder to really be out there doing. And McTominay, again, we notice you can run. We notice you can tackle all that. But when it came to the ball being at your feet against what team did where he was just playing? It wasn't
Charlton. It was a League One side.
It was a League One side. You're struggling, bro.
He did struggle as well. He did a lot
And
of
then
he did struggle.
And then Casemiro comes in. Brother is playing every pass he can even think of. And instantly 2 goals like that out of his position. So I'm with you on the Bruno off the right, Fred, Casemiro, Eriksen.
I'm with that.
Field because you need the energy. And the good thing is Fred's doing all the dirty work in the midfield, marking men in the midfield, not leaving us too exposed. Casemiro can play the passes. Eriksen can play the passes, but Casemiro can also help in winning back the ball.
Yeah, facts. Asking Fred as well, to be honest.
Asking Fred. So we have 2 guys to combat what they're doing in the midfield. Yeah. One guy to be the outlet, and another guy to be our secondary outlet in the midfield. Yeah. So I think that's how we set ourselves up for success. But shit, the manager, who knows? The manager might say, you know what? I believe in Anthony. I'm gonna put him off right?
He might.
He's credit, like we say, brother is a can't go back all-star.
Can't go back all-star.
He gonna turn up. He gonna turn up. Now, you turn it up, and like I say, you applying it is 2 different things now.
That's true.
But I don't think their fullbacks are.
The fullbacks haven't been in the best form. They haven't. Right? Rico Lewis is a kid. He's been playing well. But you got Kyle Walker, who obviously you mentioned has the recovery pace. Cancelo hasn't been good this season. You've got Gomez, who they don't really rate. So we can get at them. And even their centre-backs, they haven't had a settled back four. Defensively, they haven't been strong. So whether it's, I don't know if Stones is fit, but whether it's Stones, whether it's Ake, whether it's Diaz, whether it's Laporte, whether it's Akanji, we can get at them. That is the weakest part of their team, is the defense. Even though their midfield's not really been on form, their wide players minus Mahrez haven't really been too good. They're still the weakest part of their team is defensively because their midfield can turn it on 100%. And I was confident going into the last game, and we got beat 6-3 by them. But that's not going to stop me from being confident going into this game, considering we're in a better place. We're not coming off a month layoff. Casemiro is also starting. He's in the group. But that's probably the team I would go with, to be honest. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I probably would start Bruno and play him out wide right and put Eriksen, Casemiro, and Fred in the midfield, all three together. I probably would.
Yeah.
But before we continue, hey, like check. Let's bump up them likes. We've hit double figures. Big up to you lot. Let's get that up to 20. As Eddie would say, chat mafia. So let's get like check.
Mafia,
1, 2.
you know what to do.
Let's
Chat
bump up them likes.
Mafia.
Let's get them likes up.
Yeah,
Let's
jump that like button like you were Chelsea, like y'all some Chelsea supporters, and you see Todd Bowley walking around in the street. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be foots and hands all on that, brother. Y'all put that on the like button. Go ahead and do that.
Ad says my starting 11 for tomorrow. I'm just gonna run through some of the comments. You lot continue to get your questions in, and of course, if you super chat as well, me and Eddie will stop what we're talking about and get straight to the question you asked within the super chat as well. De Gea, Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Fred Eriksen, Rashford, Bruno, Anthony. Also, he's playing no strike. He's saying play a diamond formation with Bruno as the false 9, assisting Rashford and Anthony counter. So he's gone different. I just don't like Bruno within the false 9. We need a foil. If Martial is 90% fit, play him. If he's 90% fit, play him 100%. I would say.
And then, honestly, if he got to come out at the 45, let him come out the 45. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, within that 45, we would have given ourselves a chance to score something. Yeah, I just hope the brother's healthy. That's it. We need him massively.
He's going to be 90% fit because the thing is, he can play here, and then Weghorst is available for Palace. That's how I'm looking at it. So if you need to rest him for Palace, and then maybe you look at him and say, all right, we're playing my Arsenal. But this is what Weghorst does. He gives us an option. Because if Weghorst wasn't here, Martial would have had to play this game on Saturday, and he would have had to play Wednesday against Palace, and then he would have had to have played Sunday at Arsenal.
Oh my gosh, we played Saturday,
we Wednesday, Sunday. Yep, we got Palace away on Wednesday the 18th, and then Sunday it's away at Arsenal. Then I think 2 or 3 days later it's is it FA Cup? I think it's League Cup, the first leg away at Forest. Then 2-3 days after that it's the FA Cup game. And then 2-3 days after that, or 3-4 days after that, it's the second leg of the League Cup. We got like 5 games in 9 days, Eddie. Something crazy like that. It's like 5 games in 9-10 days. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. Johnston says, I think they should have Fred, Casemiro, Bruno, bench Eriksen, bring him on in the 60th minute. I'm against this folly. Like, we have to give them something to worry about. Eriksen has to play. I'm not saying Fred shouldn't. Eriksen has to play. That's me. We have to be very precise and very careful on that ball. Guarantee if Eriksen starts, if we win this game, he plays a part in one of the goals. Or he plays a part in the goal, 100%. My theory is to overrun their midfield. Rashford and Anthony can attack their weak defensive structure at the moment. Casemiro and Fred can collectively sweep up and pass to Eriksen to work his magic. I'm with that. The midfield three of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Fred, I'm with that. Eddie mentioned it. I've mentioned it. That's how I probably would go, to be honest.
That's that's what I think we have to do. Again, you have to give a team like City something to think about. The problem with the last match against them, if I'm not too mistaken, it was McTominay, maybe Fred, and then Eriksen. And you legit had no kind of control in the midfield whatsoever. Again, you can win the ball back in the midfield. What do you do with it once you win it back? Because if you have guys who can't even hold on to it, then you lose the ball in an unadvantageous position for yourself. That's where you have Phil Foden streaking down the middle, untouched, getting an easy tap-in goal because nobody marked him from the start of his run.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, shout out Dendada. Shout out Bafa. Appreciate all the love, people.
Said love to see you, Eddie. Been a long time, man.
Man. Too long. When they had to go get one of these ones, I had to go show out. But it is what it is. It is what it is. That's it. That's it for me. Like, You can't. You got to make them think. You got to make them look like when you cross the street, you look twice. They was just running through the motherfucker. They was just skipping through the street. Didn't even look.
Yeah.
Didn't have no reason to look because the cars were stopping. If y'all been in them trenches, y'all know some of them towns. Hey man, you better look.
You better look. 100%. You better look twice.
You better look twice.
Yeah, look twice. Been there. Black Diamond says here, Ten Hag said in the presser, Martial only trained today, so tomorrow they will decide. If he doesn't play tomorrow, he's optimistic he will play versus Palace. They're still working on the Weghorst deal. I swear I seen Weghorst in the shirt. I think Fabrizio Romano already tweeted that out. Let me know. I swear I seen that tweet, but I didn't double check it. Yeah, I think it's a done deal.
That's my thing with Ten Hag. Sorry for interrupting you. That's my thing with Ten Hag. He always gives these players a bit of an adjustment period.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if we're gonna see him for like a week or so. I don't know, like what the what it looks like. I can imagine we don't see him any of these next 3 games. Because even when we got in Casemiro, remember Casemiro didn't play for a minute before Ten Hag put him in there.
If I remember correctly, though, did Casemiro not come off the bench? Did he play off the bench before he got starts? I can't remember. Let us know in the chat. But I see Weghorst coming off the bench. He may not start, but I can see him definitely. If he's available for Palace, 1, he'll be in the squad. 2, I can see him coming off the bench. Same with Arsenal as well. 110% the same with Arsenal. I can see Weghorst coming off the bench. What option? What option to have just to switch it up? Because Martial, I would play him. Because man is saying he's trained. I would play him in this game. I think he's pivotal to this game. And I don't think 90% fit, 80% fit Martial is better than 100% fit Alango. If he don't play, who do we play up front? Martial is better than Bruno in the false 9. I don't want to see Rashford play through the middle because I don't want to take our most informed attacker and take him out of position. So I wouldn't play Rashford through the middle. Actually, that being said, though, if they do play Walker at right back, Rashford through the middle makes more sense. Because one thing Walker can do is keep up with Rashford in terms of pace. So I want Rashford running at whether it's Stones, whether it's Diaz, whether it's Laporte, whether it's Ake, whether it's Akanji. So maybe Rashford through the middle, but then the ball don't stick. But then who do you play out wide left?
And that's the thing with me, like...
Yeah, then the ball don't stick, to be honest.
When you look at a lot of our goals, the pass that Martial plays to initiate the final part of the attack is instrumental. He'll play that to the other wide man making the run, who plays it across to the open guy who knocks it in, right? Especially when you look at how a large part of Rashford's productiveness is the fact that he can run on that left wing uninhibited because he understands that Martial will play him through. I hope it's mind games I hope it's mind games on the part of the manager, because Martial FC, bro, we gotta come to have a certain team meeting, man. We gotta have a team meeting, because again, right now we're doing one of these as a team. We're doing one of these. We're going in the right direction, and in order to keep that going, you have to have players who were there every game. Mm-hmm. You have to have guys who you can commit to being there every game. That's why Lissandro, he's healthy. He's there every game. Casemiro. Again, I raise my hand as the sole contributor to the Bruno player haters ball. Like I do that. I don't fuck with Bruno, but he's there every game, pressing like his fucking head is on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
It like again, he does nothing well other than press. I'll give him that. Like he is legit on every blade of grass, and for the Ten Hag system, you need that. So I gotta give him some credit. Like, okay, you're doing something. You're playing well. You're there. Rashford, always there. Martial, too important to what we have going on to be injured this game, injured that game. At this point, we have to get a striker in and you're better off as a bench option if you want to stay at United.
That's pretty much what it is.
That's
probably what will happen in the summer. That probably will happen in the summer, to be honest.
That's it. You can't it's unfortunate because I rock with you. I rock with you again because of the way you can control the ball, manipulate it, get it to where it needs to go. I rock with you. But if you hurt all the time, you hurt all the time. And I've been defending you for, I swear to God, at least 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, that's why I stopped defending him in it. That's why as much as I rate him as a player, I'm done defending Martial.
You can't. So at some point, everybody got a breaking point. Everybody and it's reasonable to have one when it comes to these injury things. Because like I said, we are ascending and we need highly talented, motivated individuals who can show up every game no matter the circumstance. If you can't be that one, we can't depend on you. It's that simple. It's just that simple,
Yeah, no, 100%. Let me run through some more of these comments. Let's bump up these likes as well. Yeah, 20 likes. Let me know in the chat, people. Like check 1, 2. We at 20 likes. Let's bump that up, people. Let's bump that up. Let's see where it is. As Paul says, big up to Paul says, Flawless, I don't know about you, but I find it even interesting watching Ten Hag's training now, how hard it is, press one touch. Now, I don't really watch like training and stuff like that, to be honest, Paul. I really, really don't. That's why I don't even really pay too much attention to like press conferences and stuff. I like the way Ten Hag speaks. I don't really pay it too much mind. I'd said this should give Bruno a free role to find his half spaces and set up chances, knowing there is a security blanket behind him. By the way, I don't have Martial in because he's unfit right now. Well, he trained. He's not unfit, but he's not fully fit, is what I would say. As Daredevil says, we've come a long way since we played Arsenal, as that time we were doing the basics right and becoming hard to beat. Now we're becoming a team that keeps the ball, so I won't be surprised if we attacked. That is a fair point. He could catch us all by surprise and go, you know what? It's Casemiro, Eriksen, no Fred, and we're going to attack. And we're going to go out on our shield. Like I said, one thing I like about what we're discussing right now and what we have been discussing is Ten Hag has options and different ways to approach this and different players to play as well. It's a shame Weghorst isn't registered in time, but he'll be available for Palace. And like I said, he'll go into the squad. Drizzy there says, I feel like we're losing to City again, but we are beating Arsenal. That could happen. We could lose to City.
Drizzy,
Arsenal.
What up, my boy?
Yeah, big up to Drizzy. It could happen. But it wouldn't surprise me. Like, I'm not saying here, I'm not sat here saying, well, 110% gonna beat Manchester City. Am I confident going into this game? Yes. That's it. I'm confident going into the game. But I know Manchester City have the players to hurt you and win any football match. But we owe them. We really do owe them. Nathan saying Martial will start. Ten Hag doing mind games since Pep trying to do it too. I think Martial starts too. And Don Diamond says that's a legitimate point. City Extra was saying the same thing, Flawless. So is that about, I'm presuming you're talking about me mentioning Rashford up against Kyle Walker on that side. But I would play Rashford out there because he's in form. So I'd play him there. I would. Black Diamond says, I'm cautiously optimistic about tomorrow. I've seen Saeed, Faz, and Ty talking crazy. Ten Hag 6 months into a 3-year project. We need to understand that. That's what I was saying yesterday, and that's what I'm saying today. Feet on the ground. Firmly on the ground. That's where I'm at. Am I confident going into this game? Yes. Am I going to talk crazy and say we're going to run over City? No, because I'm fully aware of where we are, number one, and number two, how far along we've came. They're the two things I consistently look at. And we are overachieving my personal expectations. I did not expect Manchester United to be this good. Do we have levels to go? Absolutely, we have levels to go. But I love the process and how it's going on. And if we lose, tomorrow, it's still the same energy. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, the season's over. I've said it. Premier League is the furthest trophy we're away from and the only trophy I legitimately think we cannot win. I look at the Carabao Cup, I look at the FA Cup and the Europa League and go, they're 3 trophies we can genuinely win. I don't think we're good enough to win the Premier League. That's just what it is. Do I want to be wrong? Yes. So that's why I'm not getting gassed. That's why I'm not getting giddy. That's why I'm just like, game by game and see where we're at. Even if we beat City and we beat Palace and we beat Arsenal, I'm still going to be talking the same. If we can't win the league, we're not in a title race. We ain't winning no title, even if we win those 3 games. Because guess what? We could lose the 2 games after that. And then you're back exactly where it is. We've seen this happen. Obviously, it's different circumstances. We've seen this happen with Oli in 2021 when we was top in January. And everyone's talking about title race. And I said, we are not winning no league title. People saying 21 in 21. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. But yeah, Eddie, your thoughts on, I bet you've seen it as well, on saying on the likes of Saeed and other fans talking crazy and getting giddy. Your thoughts?
Hey man, we've been down bad for so long. These brothers see enough, they get a big gas. Listen, shout out to the OG every time, Dundada. You know what the Southern saying goes: young, dumb, and full of you can fill out the rest, right? That's where some of our brothers at. And some people been so damn lost, I don't even worry about their football and opinion. But them brothers y'all speaking on, they just happy. They're enjoying their football. And it's credit again. It's credit to Ten Hag for making people believe in something that's actually sustainable, right?
Yes.
This isn't Ollie ball where it's strictly talent and players have to be 100% healthy in order for you to see something. If one thing is wrong, everything crumbles. In this situation, you've seen we started out, we put Shaw at center back, Malassia on the left.
Yeah.
Other situations, we would have no idea on how to adjust. When he came in, he gave us no way how to adjust, right? Our right wing situation, the Sancho situation. Sancho going through what he's going through mentally, and I've heard, unfortunately, that there's also might be some type of conflict with the coach because of, he feels as though, oh, I'm always the one getting pulled out when people are screwing up. It might be some of that too. So who knows? But I think it's all tied to his mental. We would have had seen him playing himself into a rut and just struggle. But Ten Hag said, no, give yourself some time, get your mind right, and there's always a spot for you. Hopefully we see him. I think by the time the season ends, we will see him. I think
hopefully
we'll get a view of what he can do again. But yeah, man, people's getting excited. I mean, for good reason. I think again, the only thing keeping us from being where we want to be are the quality of players that we have to rely upon at this current time. I think when we get his players, because he still is working with the players of 4 different managers, we'll see something. And hopefully him getting his players coincides with new ownership.
Oh, hopefully.
I think once I see new ownership, then I can seriously think about 21. I can't think about 21 while the owners stay who they are, because again, it all comes from the top down. In sports, you got to have a general direction being instilled from the top down. And right now, the Glazers are in Qatar trying to, sell themselves for a check. We appreciate it because y'all can get the hell up out of here. But it's too much going on. You see City knows what everybody is doing each day, every minute, every second. They don't got to worry about it. So what that does for their mentality is football is the focus. Everywhere football is the focus. The cleaning, the medics, the scouts, the academy, it's how do we dominate. Ten Hag's trying to help us find our footing and how to and take those first steps to becoming that kind of place again that we once were. Don't let them mistake you, bro. Don't let these people talking on us mistake you. They all trying to be like what we was. It's very simple. They not trying to be the Liverpool of the early 2000s, getting fucking second place. Shout out to Slippy G. They not trying to do that. They trying to go on runs where we look for like 10 years, 8 rounds. Come on, man. That's what they're trying to do. So we got a lot to do to just get back to being a more respectable club before I even think about with the title and all that.
And that's where I'm at. Respectable club. Let's go back to let's get back to 1, being in the Champions League on a regular basis, 2, being in the latter stages of the Champions League. Let's become Champions League regulars again, like we was in previous years. We didn't win it every year, but so it becomes regular, right? United are in the quarterfinals again. It should be season in, season out. Even if we get into the Champions League next season, we get knocked out in the quarterfinals. Let's just get back to being in the Champions League and winning knockout ties. I think we've won 2 knockout ties in the last 10 years or something crazy like that in the Champions League. That's not good enough. Let's become Champions League mainstays again. That's where we need to be at. Let's become a club that starts winning trophies on a regular basis. Do what Chelsea had done previously, where they never in Roman Abramovich's entire career there went longer than 2 seasons without a trophy. That's where we should be at. And I'm not even saying the biggest trophies. I'm not talking Prems and Champs. I'm saying the FA Cup and League Cup. If we win the League Cup this season, which I think we should, and if we don't, I'm gonna be livid. I'm over the moon with that. People might say, "Oh, Mickey Mouse Cup." Yo, we haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's the objective. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As Eddie said before, you did not understand the assignment if you are laughing about that. Especially as a United fan, rival fans that understand it, I understand it from, because they're going to run bants and going to run jokes. Mm-hmm. But for Manchester United fans, why would you not want to win a trophy? There is no downside to that. Look at the teams left. It's Nottingham Forest over 2 legs, and then we play Southampton or Newcastle in the final. Of course, Newcastle are a good side, and it would be a tough final if we are to make it, and they are to make it. But we should be able to beat them over 90 minutes at Wembley. And if we don't, the team failed. If this team is as good as we think it is, and Ten Hag is as good as we think he is, and the team's playing well, and we're talking titles and giving the team plaudits, and rightfully so giving the team plaudits, deliver. De Gea, Varane, Martinez, Casemiro, Eriksen, Rashford, Martial, Anthony. If these players are all as good as we think they are, we should be able to get past Newcastle in a League Cup final. I'm sorry, innit? Like, that's the bare minimum. Bear in mind, that's the least prestigious trophy out of all of the competitions we are in. This ain't Champions League. If we're in the Champions League, different conversation. Even Europa League, to an extent, different conversation. If we're in a title race and it's game week 35, 36, 37, different conversation. You should be able to get bypass this. We're 3 games away from a trophy. Let's go and win that. And I said it the entire season. Go back and look at previous ManDem United. Go back and look in the summer. I was saying target the cup competitions. So I'm over the moon to be in the position we're in. And when Southampton knocked out Manchester City, I went, this just opened up the door even further. And I'm looking at the FA Cup, and that's the same. FA Cup 4th round at home to Reading, lower league opposition. City are playing Arsenal, so one of those is out. Chelsea are already gone. Newcastle are already gone. Liverpool play Wolves in a replay, so one of those is gone. Everton, we knocked out. So there's Premier League sides falling by the wayside. And I hope more Premier League sides go out as well. And we look at the FA Cup. Europa League as well. Yeah, we got Barcelona in February, but I look at that competition and go, there's no teams really. I know Juventus are starting to cook. Minus them, there's no teams there, and I look at that, we can't beat. So yeah, man, it's all about, just building back up, you know what I'm saying, to being a top football club, because that's not what we're at. But we've had a great start. But we have to make sure this great start, we have a great middle and a great end to the season. But there's going to be blips. And I'm not going to overreact when we lose, because we will lose at some point in the season. We could lose tomorrow. And if we lose tomorrow, say it's 3-1, 4-1, and it's a disappointing result, and our players don't show up, I'm not going to sit on here and be like, oh my God, I know where we're at. Mm-hmm. I know these players are overachieving. I know Ten Hag is currently overachieving and majorly exceeding expectations. So that's why I'm with it. You lot, again, like, check what we on. Let's bump up them likes, man. Let's bump up them likes, man. What are you lot on?
Bump up them likes.
Are we at 20 likes or what's going on? And subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV if you are new. Akil says, will you try to play Garnacho against Cancelo instead of Anthony? We'll have plenty of space on that side as Cancelo loves going forward. I wouldn't play Garnacho from the right hand side, so no. As much as I like Garnacho, I'd use him as an impact sub in this game. And he could be very effective. 20 minutes to go. We're drawing 1-1. His pacing behind. Absolutely. Depending on how Ten Hag starts the game and how the game's going and how we set up. But yeah, Garnacho, I wouldn't play him from the right. No, I wouldn't. What are you saying about this, Eddie?
I'm not his biggest fan, so you already know what I'm saying. Listen, people, the Garnacho situation is an interesting one. He's a young kid. He's getting an opportunity due to circumstance. Okay. He isn't, in my opinion, ready for these kind of games. But games against a team like Palace, you definitely can throw him out there, in my opinion, because they're going to be doing the same. It's the same shit. Like, you can run after Palace, right? But when Man City is going to force you to be decisive with the ball in quick situations, I do want somebody a bit more experienced. Because OT, Derby Day, the adrenaline is going to be crazy. And for young players, they can act more than they can think in those environments, unfortunately. So if you play him at all, I'm with I think you said it best, Flawless. Maybe it's 1-1.
Yeah.
Right? 15, 20 minutes left in the game. Want to play some heavy metal because you think you have Ten Hag thinks he has a good grasp of what's going on out there. Throw him out there. Throw him out there. They would have been having to deal with Rashford for the past 70 minutes probably, and that's a headache in itself because of his pace. So you bring in another guy with pace,
yes,
you can have problems. You can cause problems for him. So I wouldn't play him a majority of the minutes, but if you needed a spark, if you wanted to go for it in like the final 20, 15, 10, whatever it may be, that seems more appropriate for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. And Daredevil says, only our club is all about the trophies, and that should be the aim every time. We are the biggest club, and it's about time we start acting like one. We slowly are making progress, winning silverware. That should be the aim. I said this. Outside of, obviously, on the pitch, having a style, being a more cohesive unit, being better defensively, being better offensively, having a style of play. A trophy should be we're in 4 competitions, and 3 of them are winnable. So therefore, if we don't win a trophy, something went wrong. The manager failed that objective. The players failed that objective. And now when you look again about the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, I won't go into it all again. They're winnable. And the Europa League, which is a way back into the Champions League. We got 2 opportunities to try to get back into the Champions League, whether it's win the Europa League or it's top 4. Either or. And I didn't expect the teams in the league to be as bad. I didn't expect Chelsea to be as bad as they've been. I didn't expect Liverpool to be as bad as they've been, which has definitely increased our chances of finishing in the top 4. When you look at it, you have Arsenal, you have Manchester City, Newcastle. I think Spurs will implode, but they're the 4 you're looking at. And look where we are in the table. I think if we win, we're level on points with Newcastle, but we play the game less. So if we win tomorrow, we go above them into 3rd, and I think we're 2 points off Manchester City or something like that if we win tomorrow. So it's looking good. Again, but we need to bolster in January. We need to bolster in January. We need to bolster this month. We need to bolster. Yeah. We need to bring in more, man. We need to bring in more. I'm telling you. We need to bring in
more. What's crazy? I think it was when our initial all of our signings were complete that we get 2 in at the transfer window, and that's what's happened. But I didn't expect one of them to be the backup goalkeeper. So it's one, and I didn't expect us to operate like this, like some broke boys, because again, maybe it's just my business acumen and it not making sense to me. But if I'm about to sell a club, I want it to look viable. I want it to look like the potential for it is better than what it looks like right now. And I think you look at the manager, of course it looks that way.
Yeah.
But for them to say, yeah, we're not spending that much in the January window when this is the most, I'd say, reasonable it's been for us to look like if we spend in the window, we might be able to do something on the Prem scale. Because you think about the point tally, right?
Yeah.
We have like 20-something games left, and I think we're only 8 points from first or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. We're not a crazy amount off Arsenal.
Not a crazy amount.
Yeah.
So and then you look at what 3rd place is, you look at what 2nd place is even, it's right there.
Yeah.
Season of the past, we knew we weren't going to be that team because of who we had at the helm and who we had on the pitch. We knew it was going to fall off at some point in time.
Well, facts.
Now, what it looks like, we can consistently put wins together because we have things that we are consistent with in every match. You think like, okay, let me throw him a bone here or there. Like he wanted that right back. Let me get him that right back. Now, again, understand the parameters of the João Felix situation. I don't mind us not being involved with that nonsense because there's no way in hell you're going to pay me. I'm going to pay you to babysit your badass kid. It's not going to happen.
You ain't going to make me pay you to babysit your
badass kid. No, it's not going to happen. At this point, João Felix is a badass little baby. who needs to get one of them ones. But hey, man, it's new time, so I guess we don't do that shit. So I'm not gonna say it. But he needs something around them edges. If you do not listen, you must feel. You understand? You know what I'm talking about. If you do not listen, you must feel.
Yeah, if you can't hear, you must feel. Facts, 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 facts.
You thought the coast was clear when you got away from Suge Knight, aka Simeone. You thought the coast was clear.
God, Simeone shook that, you know.
Next thing we know, you ran the Diddy.
You
ran the Diddy.
You on Bad Boy.
You went to Bad Boy. Hey, bro, it ain't sweeter over there, my G. Word to Biggie, it's not. So, hey, that's on them, bro. They can go ahead and deal with that, bro. I'm not involved. I am not involved. So I don't. The Simeone, yeah, I can win with, but I think with the Donnie injury, I would have liked another midfielder just to have some type of depth in that position.
He's injured now for the season. I seen him put Twitter post. Yeah.
So I seen him put. That's the one I'm like, ugh, I wish we would have done something there.
We actually could do with that. Even though we do need another 6, I think we need this more important now. I've said a striker and a midfielder this window. We might need a more attacking. I think we need a 10. Even if it's a loan deal. I don't care if we go get another striker on loan and get another number 10 on loan or attacking midfielder on loan. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I'm absolutely cool with that. We need to bolt the squad thin. Even with the signing of Vegas, which I think is clever. Actually, but before we get into that, we have gone over 20 likes. Next milestone, 30 likes, people. Let's bump up the likes. Milestone 30 likes is the next one. Subscribe to the channel as well. Sarcasm City TV is road to 5K. Hit the notification bell as well, people. What else we got coming up tonight? Members Q&A. That'll be live on the Twitch. So that's the Sports Sarcasm City Sports Q&A Members Edition. So that is one of the perks of joining the membership. The link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. So check it out. Many great perks, including how to get on the Q&As on Twitch, how to get on the Q&As on YouTube, plus many more. So check that out. But like I said, 9 p.m., that'll be the members Q&A on Twitch. And then we're back at 11 p.m. for the Q&A here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, people. That being said, we've not got your thoughts on this. Vegas, what's your thoughts on that deal? Because it's been mixed. That's what I would say. It's been mixed, whether that's from United fans who've heard talking about it. Rival fans obviously are going to run jokes and banter about it. But what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts?
Again, the rivals, I could give a care less about. Like again, they just love to talk. At this point, they just love to talk about us like we're the old ones. Like we're not the ones that came up in your crib and with our muddy ass boots, stomp all on the carpet, stomp all on the rug. Like, no, we them ones. Okay, so I don't care what the rival, like especially loser pool. Don't worry about us, man. Worry about the fact that them inhalers gone and y'all look different. But we'll leave that for another day. Chelsea, again, was understood doesn't need to be explained. We saw. Shout out to Fulham. Mike Jack in the back. You dig what I'm talking about? It looked good to me. Hello. But Weghorst is an interesting player because he's not the marquee signing that we're used to, and so I think people are like, yeah, he's of low level, but when you watch him play, he's the type of player that's serviceable to any team. And I think in the positions we'll put him in, what I've seen his ability being whether it's the Netherlands or even when he was at Burnley, he does a job. Like, he's not going to be too much of a hindrance, I'd say, right? Like, I don't think he's going to come in and we're going to be drastically even worse. I think that's too much to assume. I think, the people who are like, oh, he's not of Manchester United quality, brother, we not what you think we are. We're getting back, like I said, we're getting back to that point. And this is one of those signings that allows you to, like I said, hopefully we bring in a striker this summer. Martial has some damn competition. And if he gets injured, then he loses his spot. Then you have maybe Weghorst signs on and he's like third choice striker. That's the type of thing you kind of want, right? Depth. And so he doesn't hurt us at all. I don't think he hurts us at all. I don't think he's the type of player to come in and again really take us aback. I think he's the type of player that if you keep him and you apply him in the proper situations, you see how helpful he can be. I just think that's what it comes down to. I don't think it's rocket science like that, you know?
Well, facts. No, I hear that. And Larry Gold says, I need Eddie to officiate my wedding. He has quotes for days.
Hey, fun fact. I did bartend a wedding. Got hella tips. Got some.
I could imagine you getting that. I could imagine you getting tips out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Got tips. Got something else. He digs out to them bridesmaids. You know who you are. Hello. Hello. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
No stress. Eddie will be back, people. Shoma Fall says Vegas scored 32 goals in Bundesliga over 2 seasons. I didn't even know that. Shoma Fall also says he will be a team player and being Dutch Ten Hag will be more in control. Peter Kodalos with the question mark. I don't know what the question mark's over. Have you got a question? Let us know. But yeah, I've spoken on Vegas yesterday and previously, and I speak on it again today right now in regards to it's a great option to have. When you are 6'6", he's a physical presence. He gives us the option to just get it in the mixer. And the thing is with the crossing, he can turn okay crosses into good crosses. He can turn good crosses into great crosses. He can turn poor crosses into average crosses. Like that's what it is. And that's what it is when you are 6'6". And we've seen him play. Like I've not watched him a lot, but I'm just talking from a profile perspective. I've seen him hold the ball up. He'll be a great foil for the likes of Rashford and Anthony and Garnacho and Sancho and Bruno and Eriksen and things of that nature. He also helps us from set pieces. This is something I said yesterday when I was on Rancy's stream. Set pieces, massive help for us, whether that's offensively when we're attacking corners and free kicks, also defensively as well. I expect him to get 5-6 goals and just be a nuisance. And whether it's him starting or whether it's him off the bench, like who better if you're chasing a game to pawn and you can just get it out wide and just get it in the mixer. People don't like it. Go back to what Eddie was talking about earlier with the Haaland situation and Manchester City not looking to say. People might not like it. It's not pretty, but guess what? It's effective. He can do what Fellaini did. The same way Fellaini helped us win a couple of trophies. Why can't Weghorst do the same? I'm all for it. People want pretty football and want nice triangles and giving goals. That's all well and good. But sometimes you just got to kick it long and get in the mixer. Sometimes that's what you got to do. And Weghorst is the perfect foil for that. And he's better than the backup that we had, which was Anthony Elanga. So there we go. And we're not, people are like, oh, big bad Manchester United signing Weghorst. We are Manchester United name only people. Don't let 6 months of good form fool you into thinking we are above where we are at. No, we're still not where we want to be. We still have major levels to go up. We still have major improvements to make. Ten Hag is still learning on the job. He's not the finished article. He has improvements to make, as does the rest of the team. It's looking good, though. You can see the identity and the idea of what he's trying to do. That's why I'm all for Weghorst. It's a great start. And the thing is with Weghorst, it's only a loan deal. People are forgetting that. It's a loan deal. So even if he gets here and he's not good, all right, we send him back. Because we're still in the market for strikers anyway. If it goes well, we sign him. And then we've been linked with Harry Kane, which I'm going to ask Eddie about in a second anyway. But let's say the options are Kane, Martial, and Weghorst. That's a good 3. That's a great 3. As options, I like that as a 3. Me personally, but that's just me. But yeah, Daredevil said it there. Set pieces are key, and especially with Weghorst, corners and free kicks will be crucial. Facts. Like a Fellaini-sized striker. And we've seen how effective Fellaini was for us. Was it pretty? No. But sometimes you just got to go long, and it's a great outlet. I'm saying it's a great outlet. And teams ain't used to playing against no 6'6" centre-backs. 6'6" strikers, sorry. They ain't used to that. That's something out of the norm. That's something you're not used to setting up against. Because this is not regular. But speaking of that, I just mentioned it there, Eddie. Harry Kane is someone we have been linked with in the summer. He has a year left on his contract, so he could be available at a cheaper price. What are you saying about Harry Kane? Do you want him at Manchester United in the summer? Is that a price point thing? Are you totally against it? Are you totally all for it despite the price? What's your thoughts? Man laughed, you know.
Listen, man. I'm on this side of the pond, so maybe my heart don't bleed for this brother. I don't really care for him. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, man. This brother went like 10 steps down in my book after that damn penalty miss. That really just like, where's your temperament, dog? Where's your You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your cojones, brother? Where are they? Where are they? Are they in Lloris's back pocket? The way you was looking so scared and you put that shit over the bar the way you did. And again, I'm for that. I'm for the athletes with the skill. He got the skill, but he doesn't have the athleticism, right? So again, if we get him, it's depth at the position. Maybe we're waiting. It's a stop year for us to get another striker.
Man called Harry Kane depth. I respect it, yo. Man called him depth.
That's it. That's where again. Like, hey man, you know what? This bottle is almost full. That's where I'm going with it. It's almost full, right? That's where I'm looking at now. I'm just because of what I want our team to morph into. Like I need again. I'm a guy who likes the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You give me a player who got pace and skill, I'm in fucking heaven.
Yeah, I hear that.
Right. If you get so far one side to the totem, like I don't do too well with that. Right. So would he play well? I believe so. I don't, again, his age does concern me, of course, but I don't worry too much because I know you still got a Rashford playing this way.
Yeah,
and he will continue to improve. But I think he would address some of our goal scoring issues. But the rest of the game, like defensively, what's he looking like on the press? Is he always dropping deep? Like, we don't need that from him. And it's like, I already got Eriksen, right, who's inching more towards the older side of the game. Do I need to really add another brother who's getting towards that point in the game? But if he comes to OT, he comes to OT, and I'll critique him or I'll praise him like I would any other United player. I wouldn't. He's not a first choice of mine, but if he happens to end up on our doorstep, Ten Hag will know what to do. I just trust the manager. I think that's
so. So you mentioned it there about the World Cup being an issue, but would you not like Kane? If Kane, to me, I get what you're saying. I said it about Kane. I say it again. To me, it's all about the price point. If Kane is available for 50, 60 million, I think that's a steal.
Yeah.
Anything north of that is different. Anything 70, 80, 90, 100 million, I'm not with. No.
Shomerful. I know the game isn't about age, right? But there are points in the game where the age becomes apparent, right? And especially of what are you asking of a Casemiro and an Eriksen is way different from what you're asking of a Harry Kane in this system. He is the start of the press as that striker. He's going to be probably asked to be the start of that press along with Bruno. So the demand would be different. What you'd ask of Kane, you're not asking of a Casemiro and a Eriksen. So the age in midfield, age is nothing. Usually when players get older, they start to matriculate to the midfield if they've been a striker in some capacity, right? We've seen it happen. So it's just different. It's just different once you ask the two positions. And I understand, like I stated, his skill is world class, but injury prone and getting older are two things that are just facts. And you have to bring that in when you're thinking about what the player can provide to you. You know, that's where it comes. That's all it is, really. That's where trepidation comes from.
And to Shomofolu says the game isn't about age again. Casemiro and Eriksen have been brilliant at OT. I hear that to an extent. I hear both sides. I can't say Harry Kane will be like Casemiro because Kane isn't Casemiro's level. Like, let's get that straight.
Let's be real.
Kane is not as good as Kane is. Kane is not Casemiro's level. Casemiro's equivalent in terms of striker is a Benzema, is a Mbappe. That's the level that Casemiro is operating at. And I'm a fan of Kane, but anything north With a year left on his deal, I think anything 70, 80, 90 million for any player with a year left on his contract is stupid, considering he wants to leave as well. I just think that's dumb. If you're paying 70, 80, 90 million for someone in that situation, that's just stupid. And you're just not negotiating and using your leverage and position of power that you have. Emma says, Kane doesn't seem to do well in pressure situations. Would he do good with us then? I think he would do. I think he'd do fine with us. But I don't think the whole burden is on him. It's not all on him. We have Rashford, Anthony's there, Bruno's there, Casemiro's there, Ericsson's there, Martinez is there, Varane is there, De Gea's there. Like, there's other players, so we don't just look at just Harry Kane. Like with Spurs, even though I've been critical of him at Spurs and say he should have helped them win a trophy, 110%. The majority of it has been on him. Plus, man, it's Spurs, man. It's in their DNA. Let's keep it real, man. It's in their DNA. I'm saying it now. It's in their DNA. And to DJ Heaven, who says, I don't know, you got a question? I don't know why you just come and just stated, and I don't know what's going on. Get your questions in, people. Don't just make statements, because then there's no conversation to be had. Daredevil says, I'm in for Giroud if Kane cost 80 or 90 M's. Kane shouldn't cost 80 or 90 M's.
No,
he shouldn't. Under Giroud deal, it's one of them. If Weghorst was to do poorly and we didn't sign him, I would take Giroud as backup, but I don't think Giroud wants to be that. I think that's why he initially left Chelsea. He's trying to play week in, week out.
And he's in Italy, playing for a team that needs him desperately, playing meaningful minutes in big games. I don't think he's looking to go anywhere. I don't think he's looking to uproot what he has going on right now in AC. Because in AC, he's damn near, shout out to the Dundada over there. Brother's probably moving like the Godfather the way he's been producing for AC. So I don't see him. I think it was just lip service, because he was, again, people use us for contract talks because they know if we have it, we can shell out the money to come get them on our team. And so they kind of pressurize the team that they're with to providing a bit more on the back end. So that's where I think the Giroud conversation, what I think it really was. Same way with the Gakpo situation. Like, a lot of people throughout the years have always used Manchester United to up the pay on their contract. So, yeah, I don't make too much of it.
I really don't. Make too much of it. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in as well, people. Get your questions in. Let's keep it Manchester United related. That's what you have to do. Keep it Manchester United related, please. And to Shomofol, who says Kane's game isn't physical, it'll be a good for at least 5 years. I don't doubt Kane's talent. Like I said, to me, it's all about price point. And he shouldn't be here. What is he, 30? He's going to be 32. He shouldn't be here in 5 years. That's what I'd say. We shouldn't be relying on him at 30, at 35, 36, 37. No. But I do like the deal. Go on.
I gotta get him. Shomerful.
Go on. The floor is yours, man.
Brother, I appreciate you for your engagement in this chat. Casemiro is a 5-time.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yes, he's not. No, yes. Yeah, you get him. Sorry. And then I'm going to join after. Go on. I didn't see this.
You don't put Spurs and this brother in the same sentence. Do you understand? As a walking entity by himself, he has brought more to the football culture than the entire Spurs organization. We can't do this. Now, again, if you're a fan of Kane, be a fan of Kane. But hey, man, icing don't go on a taco. You dig what I'm talking about? You can put icing on cakes and all. Don't put it on no taco. You don't gotta do too much with this one. Just let it be a taco. Let it chill right over there. If I want to eat it, I can eat it. But nah, fam, pause. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for it. And I appreciate you, so I really do. But you tripping right now. Be real.
Because he said Kane has scored 260 goals in the last 8 years in the Premier League. That's an average beyond 30 a season. So he's kind of at the Casemiro level. No, he's not. Because football is much more than just GNA. Is Harry Kane world class? Yes. I believe he is world class. But there's levels to world class. And Casemiro sits at a table that Kane is not at. Like I said, Benzema is at that type of level. You know what I'm saying? And that numbers is all well and good. That's cool. Kane is not at Casemiro's level. Kane is not Benzema level. He is not Mbappe level. That's the difference right here. So he's not at the Casemiro level. No. Kane's the level below, and that's not a shot. That's not even to discredit him because I rate Kane highly. But is he Casemiro level? No. You know what I'm saying? Casemiro is prime Cristiano Ronaldo level. He's prime Messi level. He's prime Suarez, Neymar level. He's prime Bale, Benzema level. The list goes on. Do you think Benzema would have scored 260 goals in 8 years in England? Maybe not, but I know what I will say is guarantee you a team here that he's in wins the Premier League, multiple Premier Leagues, multiple Champions League. It's not individual thing. It's not individual stats. So what are you saying, Shomafol? Are you trying to say Kane's better than Benzema? Let's set the metric. Let's get the bar here. Because if you think if Kane's better than Benzema, I don't know what to tell you. But yes, Benzema may not score 260 goals in 8 years, but he wins Premier Leagues, multiple. Let me pluralize that. Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. He scores that second pen. He does score that second pen. So let us know in it, so we know where we're at. Because Benzema, yes, put it this way, put Benzema in Spurs, Spurs win a trophy. That's what I say. I don't think, does he score 260 goals in 8 years? Probably not. But he definitely wins Spurs a trophy with that team. He doesn't lose out to Leicester. He doesn't lose a league title to Leicester City.
To Leicester. Oh, man, Ranieri's still out here getting jobs because of that.
I'm just saying. No, again, you said, I'm just saying if Kane was... No. Answer the question. Do you think Harry Kane is better than Karim Benzema? That's the question I asked. You ask us questions, we answer. This is a back and forth. You ask us questions, we answer. We ask you questions, you answer. So do you think Harry Kane is better than Benzema? Or on the same level? That's where, because I need to understand. So then when I'm asking you questions, I know your thought process. That's why I want to know. And make sure while we wait for that, people bump up the likes, get to 30 likes.
Stand on it. Do you think? Stand on it, my brother. Stand on it. Spurs are
no. Again, no. Stop answering the question.
No, he did.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I think Kane is at
same level as Benzema.
I got nothing left to say then.
If you think
Kane's at the same, I'm good. I
can't see it, but I'm gonna let everybody has their opinion here at Sarcasm City. Yeah. Facts. You know, we disagree, we don't disrespect. That's the difference. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you have that. We'll let you have that.
Yeah, Kane is not at the same level as Benzema. So like,
it can be a super team. You still got to win the thing.
Yeah,
we've seen a bunch of teams get put together with all talent in the world, and they don't get the job done. Hello.
PSG, prime example. What I'm saying, but like, if man think Kane's at the same level as Benzema, cool. I got nothing left to say on that. Each to their own.
Brother, did you not watch the Champions League last year?
That wasn't a super team.
See what Benzema was doing?
Yeah, that was not a super team. Let's not do that. That wasn't a super team.
Come on, man. Shout out to Boosie. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. Come on, dog. I rock with you, show before, but be real. Let's be honest. Let's just be real.
I got nothing left to say. All right, cool. Like I said, if you think Benzema and I got nothing left to say to you, Shomaful. If you think Kane and Ben, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree because they're not on the same. So we move. Bump up the likes. Girls up to 30 likes before we close out, people. Before we close out, girls up to 30 likes. Continue to get your questions in as well. I think have we discussed everything? We've discussed Veghorst. We've discussed Kane. We've discussed what else? I'm saying. Is there anything else, Eddie? Actually, I've forgotten. Anything else you want to? It's been a minute since you've not done that. Anything else you want to discuss? You want to discuss?
We said our 11s. We said our 11s.
Yeah, give us your 11. Yeah, you did. Actually, run through it again. What's your 11 to me?
It'll end up being. And again, I'm saying this first name, but brother, because I'm saying this first name, don't you go out there and embarrass me. Shaw, Martinez, Varane.
Yeah.
I could see Bissaka because, again, Delo.
He's injured. I think he's injured.
If he hasn't trained, I don't expect him to be there. Casemiro, Fred, Eriksen, Bruno, Rashford, and let's hope Martial.
Yeah.
That's my starting 11.
That makes sense. Like, I don't think what's the word I'm looking for? I hope that's the team he goes with. That's the exact team I would go with. So I'm
Okay.
hoping that is the 11. However, but in Ten Hag, I trust if he decides to go and doesn't play Fred and he goes with the 4-2-3-1 and Anthony's on the right and it's Casemiro and Eriksen, I trust him. I trust him to set us up in the correct way, have a game plan and implement that game plan. And I expect him to be proactive on the touchline if it's not going right. Because then we have options off the bench. You can throw Fred on the mix. You can throw Garnacho on the pitch as well. So we got a couple options just there off the top of my. Malassi is also on the bench. So yeah, man, we'll see what going. We will see what happens. But I'm confident going into the game. I said 2-1. That could change on the watch along in regards to the lineup. Also Manchester City's lineup, because I don't know how they're going to line up. Does he play a back four? Does Pep has done crazy things in these type of games? And Jan was talking about it yesterday. I was saying she can see Pep doing something funny that's going to help. That's going to give United 3 points. You know what I'm saying? And him playing a back three. That's what I'm saying. And show my full. Nobody said Benzema's coming to United. Nobody said that. So don't put words in my mouth, please. Innit? As we said, we've moved on for that conversation. You have your opinion. We have ours. We've moved on. So I can see him playing a back three. Then that switches it up. Because then who does he play in the back three? Who are the wing backs? What's the midfield? Does someone play up front with Haaland? Does someone play off of Haaland? All of these come because I asked Jan City yesterday, what's Manchester City's lineup going to be? She was like, I'm not sure. And you never know with Pep. He could go out there and play and it's no Rodri again. I know he was injured the last time, but he could do that way. He's like no DMs. He could play no DMs in front of a back and have a back four. It could be no DM with a back three. It could be Rodri in there in front of a back three. They have a lot more options than we have. So I'm unsure as to why. I'm unsure as to how Manchester City are going to set up, which could alter my thinking. But I'm saying 2-1. I'm saying 2-1 Manchester United. What are you saying? Final prediction, Eddie?
I'm with you. I think we go out, we come out on fire, go up, they get a goal back, but we see the game out. That's what I think can happen. I think we're good for two of them things. And I think I could see 2-1, I could see 2-0. But I definitely see us coming. I don't see us losing tomorrow. I can't. I think the transformation we have in mentality gives me a lot of hope in big games, because especially at OT, when I go back to seeing how we played against Liverpool, saying how we had been through some shit the couple of days before with the Brentford result and the I think it was Brighton result, the way we started out, right? And then I see what happens when we got smoked by Aston Villa, how we responded after that. There's a mentality in there. There's a pride within the way we play. And I think they'll look at what happened at the Etihad and they'll be like, we're not going. We're not going, especially because, again, I do believe we'll have a lot more control in the midfield with the implementation of Casemiro. So I'll go 2-1. I'm right there with you.
You're saying 2-1. The fact you said 2-0, you're talking about clean sheets. Daredevil says 2-1 Manchester United. My prediction. Come on, you Red Devils. Let's do this tomorrow. Again, we just owed them. I really just want to see us give them a game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I really want to see us give them a game. That's what it is. And to Joseph, who says, what happened to Statman Baines? Yo, Baines is just uni, that's all. He'll be back. He's just not content creating at the minute. I spoke to him a few days ago, but he'll be back. When I messaged him when we were speaking, he said, yeah, I'll be back to talk about the Manchester United title charge. So yeah, Baines will be back. He's just in uni at the minute, just doing uni work and stuff like that. But shout out to Baines as well, man. Every single time. Yo, Black Diamond, man, why do you bite every time, fam? You know what these men are like. Just let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Let it go, Black.
Just let it go, Black Diamond.
Let him live, OG. Don't do that. Don't get too close. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm big on my little bro Bobby in the cut as well. Love little bro. I hope you're good. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? There you go. A Daredevil says, take the game to City. Yes, man. Take the game to City, 100%.
Absolutely.
Whether that's us sat back, counter-attack, or us going forward. But I think that's it. I think we've discussed everything in regards to it.
Man.
We have, man. Good addition. You'll get this ManDem United. You'll get, you know what? Debating, I'm not sure. Either be 4:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. Or probably stay at 5 p.m. But yeah, like I said, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, you will get the ManDem United podcast. Eddie will be on all of the Friday editions, so you'll always get him on Friday. Obviously, Ivorian on Tuesday. So I might do. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm debating. I don't know, people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to decide. But 4:30 p.m., the one on Monday. The one on Tuesday, I may push forward to 4:30. I might just do them all at 4:30 p.m. Yeah, that's probably the plan going forward. Yeah. It's going to be 4:30 p.m. for all the ManDem United podcast episodes, people, as of next week. So this is the last time you'll get this at this time. Baffert says there are 4 world strikers in terms of the level we require. Oshiman, Vlahovic, Gonzalo, Ramos, Kane. Which one would you get? Which one do you think we should get? I've not seen enough of Oshiman. I've not seen enough of Vlahovic. Ramos, I've only seen in the World Cup, so I can't really answer this question. But what I will say is there's definitely more than 4 strikers. We just got to go recruit and find them. But yeah, would I take Kane at the right price point? Yes. Ramos, not seen enough of to comment. Same with Vlahovic. Oshiman, I like his profile, but I can't say, yeah, go and get him. So that's me. What's your thoughts on this or what Baffert said here?
I'm of the same mindset. I think the first 3 fit the direction that we're heading in. I don't think Kane necessarily hurts us all too much. So any of those 4 I'm okay with, because again, we're at a point where if you're able and you fit the criteria, come through. We need bodies, like, just come through and we can figure out the rest. So I'm with you.
That's it. So we'll find out. Little bro saying my prediction is 3-2. You saying 3-2? You saying 5-goal game? Yeah, it's a lot of goals. It's a lot of goals. Hey, fair enough. I think, yeah, as long as we win, I don't care. I'm saying give me a scrappy 1-0 win.
Because I rock with the Chat Mafia and all its members. James, I appreciate you commenting. We're gonna leave it that right there. You know,
we're gonna get. I'm gonna get into this.
No, we're good. We're end on a good note. We gonna end. You know, shout out to you, James.
Eddie saved you, lot. You know what I'm saying that's what he did. He saved you, lot. I'm tired of this. You know what I'm saying about it's a shame the media. He wasn't good. That's why he's not managing now. The media wasn't brutal. We called it as we seen it.
Don't do it. You all right, man. I see the change in the eyes, man. Don't black out on me, Flawless. He almost went back to that dark place. Don't do it. Hey, no, fight it. Fight it, brother. Fight it. Don't worry.
I can't believe this, man. Each their own, innit? Each their. I've heard it all, man. The media was brutal on Oli. Kane's on the same level as Benzema, man. All right, okay. Each to their own. Hey, we got over 30 likes, so big up to you lot. We're back, like I said, tonight. Big up to all of you lot. 9 p.m. we're back. Members Q&A. That's live on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, people. That's on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Link for the Twitch is underneath in the description. And then 11 p.m. the normal Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, people. Here, obviously, we do them on Fridays now. You get them Wednesday nights, Friday nights, Sunday nights. You get your Sarcasm City Sports Q&As where we answer all your sporting questions. So it's not just Manchester United. It's all sporting questions, all sports, people. And Bobby says 3-2 tight game, but tied, get a late goal. Let's hope so. And yo, I'm glad you find the jokes funny, Daredevil. Innit? I did. I almost did black out there. Eddie, anything else you want to add though before we close out, my brother?
No, man. Shout out to all y'all. We back in full effect. It's been a long time since we left you with something to step to, you know. So yeah, man, I enjoy this a whole lot. El Jefe, always appreciate the opportunity.
Every time.
And yeah, man, y'all tune into that Q&A. I probably won't make it, but there's a bunch of rambunctious characters who will probably have y'all laughing. A lot of Chelsea misery, you know, Flawless. Again, Flawless won't tell you, but you see that smile. That smile comes with Laker misery and Chelsea misery. You dig, people? That's when you get it. So pull up, enjoy yourself. If you're new, subscribe to the thing. Leave the likes, all that good stuff, and yeah, it'll definitely be back with some more heat.
Yeah, man. Love to everyone that has locked in. Big up to each and every one of you lot who continue to support, man. Much, much, much appreciated. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.